This thing is essentially brand new with only 12,000 miles on the odometer. So we just got in this 1992 Fox Body Mustang 5-liter car. Now I know you're thinking, it's not really our bread and butter, but hear me out. I think we're at the beginning of a wave on these cars. You know, obviously the SVT Cobra Rs bring some good money. There's so many special edition Fox bodies that are starting to bring good money, but this is one of the first just fairly stripped down LX cars that we've had in the showroom. A lot of these cars have been overlooked over the years while guys are trying to go find those more desirable Fox body cars. You know, these cars, when they were new, were plus or minus $13,000, and they really stayed there forever. I remember even when I was 16, 17 looking for a car, you know, you can go buy one of these things for 6, 7 grand, depending on the car. But my dad always told me, you gotta be careful. A lot of these guys beat the crap out of these cars. And that's why this car we have on our website for $29,000, which seems crazy to the 16-year-old me, or I'm sure most of you guys right now. But the reason this car is bringing so much money is that it's such a good example. There's so few and far between ones that weren't drag raced, wrapped around a pole, you know, painted, whatever. An original paint, like super good quality car, there's not many of them out there. Now the beauty of these cars is you can still go find them all day long for 6 grand, but why this one is gonna command so much money is simply just the quality of the car. You look under here, the car is just immaculate, perfectly kept engine bay, good looking power plant in here, super iconic 5-liter Mustang. But in my opinion, what makes these cars so fun to drive at 225 horsepower is the 300 foot-pounds of torque. These things pull hard and they're a lot of fun. It's funny, and it kind of always goes this way. These cars, you never thought all the little details would be so important as a 60s or 70s muscle car was, all the correct factory markings and stickers and everything. You know, but that's the way the muscle cars were. They were just old cars, they were just hot rods, guys wanted to go run them hard, and then all of a sudden they became collectible, and there weren't that many examples that were just put away from new in the wrapper. That happened again with these cars. They just stayed at their mark, and now they're slowly picking up steam. But that's what makes this car so unique. You look at all this stuff, it's all perfectly as it came from the factory. You know, fuel pump shutoff sticker, every little Motocraft sticker, it's all here, every factory marking. This thing is a time capsule. In my opinion, the Fox body is what resurrected the Mustang name from the Mustang 2. You know, it's same horsepower as the initial pony car, as the A-code car. They came out with the Fox chassis, and Jack Telnack, the VP of design in Europe, really wanted to take that European influence and saw how successful the smaller European sports cars were doing and wanted to create a slightly smaller and boxier Mustang. So these cars, you could get the hatchback, the notchback, or the convertible, this one being the hatchback. In my opinion, probably the best looking version of the car. But what was probably the rarest car in '92 was the summer edition. It was an LX that you could only get in red, convertible. They built just under 2,200 of those cars, and it was $400 or $500 more than the LX convertible. But what's awesome is that the cars are still so accessible. The average guy can go and spend a bunch of time hunting down a car that exists, like this one, go, drive it all summer, drive it for a couple years, and at the very least, just drive the car for free, if not make a couple bucks. There were so many special editions of these cars. Steve Saleen got his start in these cars, making these things into race cars. Pretty sure they had like a 1, 2, 3 finish at Mostport in the late 80s. There was a McLaren edition. But what I love about this car is that it's not one of the special editions. Just the right color, it's a 5-speed, it's got the sunroof, it's got a couple power options. You can go and drive this car, and I don't think there's any downside as an investment. Not only are these cars just super fun to drive, and you'll get a bunch of thumbs up, the car's a 4-seater, you can fit the whole family in it, a couple sets of golf clubs, and again, you open this thing up and it's just new from the factory. You look at all these details here, all the jams are just perfect. What strikes me as so interesting about this car is that there was hardly any cars in the early 90s other than your F40s, stuff like that. The guys were just buying new and keeping in the wrapper. As other 80s and 90s sports cars are coming on strong, BMW stuff, Mercedes stuff, I'll even show you the Lancia, that's a cool car. But this is really your option if you want a North American sports car from that era. All right, let's go take a look at the Lancia. I've got a soft spot for both these cars because they're both the exact same age that I am. I'm gonna save this for another day, but another 1992 car, a Lancia out of Italy. The car is equally boxy, a little bit smaller being a European car, but these things have really picked up steam, and for good reason. 6 World Rally Championships in a row. Just driving this thing around the building before we send it off to the customer. Most of these cars were pretty stripped down, but you know, by today's standards, nothing really to write home about. But this car, it's got the sunroof, it's got all the power options, power windows, power seats, AC. This is a comfortable car to drive in, even in 2021. Even though this car was fairly optioned out, by today's standards, you're looking at it, pretty plain Jane, pretty standard Ford wheel. It's nice with the double horns here, I kind of like that. Never have a problem of not finding the horn when you need it. So we bought the car from a Canadian collector, second owner car. Both guys just loved this car. The car was their baby, and that's why this thing is just so mint. There's a couple things that make this car fun. In my mind, it's gotta be a 5-speed for it to be fun. You can really get through the gears and feel that torque. The thing shifts really, really smoothly. Second thing is, I don't know, maybe in the future, the 2.3 liter will be collectible, but in my opinion right now, it's gotta be the 5 liter. And the obvious thing that makes these cars so much fun and you know, really makes them muscle cars and American sports cars in general is that the thing's rear wheel drive. I'd never noticed before on the gauges, anywhere between max and min on any of the gauges, it just says normal. You're pretty limited with the stereo unless you're just gonna listen to your old Vanilla Ice cassettes. It's not often that you're sitting in an air-conditioned car that's this comfortable to drive, that's really classified as a muscle car, and knowing that you could light up the tires at any time. This thing is essentially brand new. So now we have to ask ourselves, do you need a car like this? No, no one really needs a 5-liter Fox Body Mustang unless you're Vanilla Ice. But do you want a car like this? Do you want a good-looking, practical, affordable muscle car with a whole ton of potential upside in the future? Yeah, you want a car just like this one.